Alright.
They pick Vex first, right? They pick Vex fourth, and then they pick
Team Falcons versus AURORA MLBB. Game number 3.
It'd be so funny, right?
It would be super funny.
But if the results are different, then maybe it's not entirely a draft issue, you know?
Look, I'd be very upset.
Oh, okay, there we go. There's the change. There's the change. So the Valentina, just to seek out maybe the Aurora, the Vexana will be picked up by Aurora.
More so to spice things up here, right? If they're expecting Aurora to like think about what the adjustments of the previous game was, where it's like, oh, we're gonna try and pick Xavier again. How about you do it one more time? I'm playing the Valentina, right? Oh, I can get punished in lane.
But it's also a 2-in-1 win, because regardless of who Aurora picks, Falcons already have plenty of magic damage, great distribution of physical and true damage, but on top of that, so much crowd control.
Oh,
yeah.
You give a Vexana over, you give a Aurora over. I have no idea how is this Hylo's gonna survive.
Glacier is gonna be picked up by Falcons as well. So the Cho is the change.
Is it gonna be Xavier again?
And the Bell! All right.
That might solve the problem.
Oh, 100% win rate 3 times picked. This might be the answer. And then, of course, you leave it out. flaptzy's gonna pick it up. That's the Hilda.
I like it.
Changes has been made to Game 1's draft. What do you think? How do you guys think this is gonna play out?
I think this is going to play a lot differently. Mid lane is a lot more manageable now.
Mobile as well because of the passive.
Well,
Veil?
mainly because of Cho. Veil is like, well, we'll see whether or not he gets caught in the middle of these fights. And I think
we saw it in Game 1 with minor adjustments, especially in that mid lane. So Game 3 is going to decide whether Aurora still has a chance and whether Falcon instantly moves on from this point onwards.
All right, let's get into this very final game of this best of 3. The current score is 1-1 between our Filipino competitors. Aurora back on the blue side one more time with adjustments to the Game 1 draft up against Team Falcons as we hit the land of Dawn. Let's see whether or not is it red side dominant.
We see the changes that Aurora has made is able to break apart Team Falcons' draft, especially looking a lot like game number 1. It's both of the junglers moving towards rotating towards that orange buff.
Yeah, it's going to be really important to see how much control they're actually going to have. This time around, it looks like the pathing is a little different here. Now, hold on.
UA taking a little bit too much damage.
That's
able
fine.
to knock them up, but Edward's already here. The high rotation's coming in. Flicker play onto pheww. Will be able to take him out. Demonkite takes down pheww for first blood. Right now, an all-out 3-on-4 brawl. Don't think Team Falcons want to take this, though.
No, they don't. They got to back up real quick here. Good punish coming in for the side of Aurora to find first blood so early on into the game. And if they're able to steal away at least one camp, that'd be pretty good too.
Flap with a knock-up. Team Falcons, they touch and they go. flaptzy still safe for now. He popped the sprint already.
Yeah, look at this. demonkite changing his jungle pathing just to try and slow things down. But it looks like Falcons are adamant on getting kyletzy back ahead into this game, right? So now, as the adjustments have happened, we can see that Team Falcons now have to give a lot more respect, especially when the wind blow is available. As they distribute their resources well across the map, they know that Falcons can't take too much damage.
This Chow on renejay is looking a lot more mobile, and I think Aurora is able to keep up with the tempo that Team Falcons is able to bring with the Hilda. And we don't see flaptzy as living rent-free in the jungles of Aurora anymore, just because the Chow is there just to disrupt their tempo, disrupt the momentum coming in. Now the turtle is spawned up. Let's see what Aurora does.
I don't think Aurora wants to sit on it just yet. They're missing a lot of level 4s, right? UA is not level 4. I mean, there is a bit of give and take here, so they move away, sacrifice the turtle. Not that big of a deal for Aurora.
Yeah, take away the purple buff. That is a huge W for demonkite as he continues to rotate and path towards that bottom side of that map. He's understanding, hey, it's a speed run at this point. Doesn't matter about the turtle. It's still the first turtle anyways.
Yeah, as they change their jungle pathing one more time, it's interesting to see because last time Aurora, demonkite ended up on the EXP side of the map, and that's where Hilda started to walk in for free and started their harassment, and the UAV was activated. But now that they've changed their initial jungle path, it looks like Team Falcons are more concerned about the mid lane.
Yeah, I've got a question for you, Gideon. So right now, hold on a second, flaptzy going in deep. There might be an all-out brawl right here. It's 4-on-4. As renejay gets caught on the wall, this crack, able to dash himself alive. The red carpet's been thrown out just to stop the ambush. But back to my question though, this is pheww on a Valentina. Who or which ultimate does he pick up? Oh, UA on the windstorm takes him out in the process, though.
Thanks, Few, for answering the question.
But is that enough, though?
I think it's more than enough because it's very disruptive in the middle of these fights. Not to mention, I mean, if he wants to pick up the Glorious Pathway, that also works too. Both of which are very effective ults in this particular matchup. The way the Dragon is very situational, and most of the time you don't want to be that far forward in the first place. So I think that Team Falcons, again, it's really going to be about making sure that their spearhead, and that's going to be kyletzy, is able to get effective Spear of Alphas. And UA has to be so careful with the way he approaches these fights. Yes, he can be aggressive with the flicker, but it has to get some kind of profit. If he gets no profit from it, it's going to be a losing side for Aurora.
It's a high mobility coming in from that Hitman, just giving a little bit more intelligence onto where kyletzy is at all times on that map. But now Team Falcons setting their sights up on this next neutral objectives as they coagulate over that top side of the map. But look at where owgwen is. He has now vision on demonkite as well.
See how this plays out. It's going to be the Glorious Pathway pick up for the side of FLPH. Let's see if this changes it. Because they all run in a straight line, that wind blow might do a lot of disruption.
Oh, renejay catches one with the dragon, knocks them into the windstorm. There's a lot of damage onto Kyle and owgwen, but renejay actually picks up that turtle, stolen from underneath the noses of RORA, out for blood, smelling two already. flaptzy on the run, he will be able to get out of it as FLPH tries to save his teammate, but flaptzy taking a little bit too much damage, but he will survive for now.
Great pickoff coming in for renejay once again, making sure that it was a quick, very, very quick fight. And once they blunt that spearhead, Team Falcons lose so much of the initiation. owgwen can, yes, CC people down to the ground, but without any damage, it becomes a bit of a problem. At this point, Team Falcons just need to breathe for a moment. Technical pause has been coming out. We probably would explain why they weren't able to react in time. Regardless, we'll see how long this is going to go, because if we have to go down to the gold lane, domeng as well as Super Marco had pretty dead lanes. Nothing is really happening for the two of them.
Yeah, because the rest of the members, especially for owgwen and renejay, just giving intelligence. We're coming back to the game. Right now, there's a lot of changes. Aurora now up on top of the scoreboard, 3-2. And economy not that far behind, 700 gold lead. But it seems as though the tempo is rising. Carpet's being laid out. They're looking for the T1 on the bottom side. Is owgwen and Super Marco desperately trying to stop everyone's fist crack. Won't be able to hit renejay. Out of that, the CC immunity is so key for renejay.
Yep, it's a big deterrent, but renejay didn't lose his way of the dragon. He still has it up here. I hope that they were aware of it. Ooh, nicely done. Good Shimpo, freestyling it right now for the side of Aurora. They just need to make sure they have control. But again, this is the trade of tempo, right? Because UA was making that initial move with Edward down to the bottom side for T1, they lose a little bit of control over the mid lane, and that's when Falcons need to take advantage of it, which is where we see the vision coming in from Hilda.
How fitting that both these roamer skins are basically the same Saiyas, but hold on a second. flaptzy by 4, windstorm will do the trick. He goes down.
And he goes down fast. Can't do much about it here. Not a lot of reinforcements or support as Team Falcons want to find the trade on the opposite side, so tempo still in control of Aurora. The vision, the UAV has been punished.
You might be right here. Just because of this build, it stops Hilda in his tracks. Like, flaptzy can't even get close to whatever he wants to do in game number 1. He's always getting shut down or knocked up. He's just stunned up. There's just so much crowd control that Team Falcons can't handle, at least for now.
Yeah, they got to dodge. Not to mention, there's a lot of spot checkers from Aurora's side.
We're taking a little bit too much damage with domeng takes control of that top lane T1. The Team Falcons, no contest for this turtle.
See, this is just how important UA's role is as the Veil. They need to play around him. He is the anchor of this team, similarly to how FLPH was the anchor in game number 1 when he was playing the Vexana.
Oh! It's a major Spear of Alpha from kyletzy, and Team Falcons are going for more. UA goes down. This is a win of opportunity. They need to break down this T1 mid, but there's no minions whatsoever. But good call, good read by Kyle.
Yep, Edward was able to save a lot of HP there. Despite UA ending up getting blown up, at the very least he was able to save some of the other members with the help of that Revitalize. He tried, but let's see who cracks open the first T1.
Rotations are coming through. It's a 1-4 composition. As Team Falcons looking for a way to break it down. There's a flicker by renejay, Spear of Alpha, and a kick towards that wall. Domeng with the SLD. Here comes demonkite as kyletzy is unable to handle 3 members.
They forced the play on him. but they need to focus on this mid T1. They're going to find the trade on the opposite side, but the permanent damage has already been set here.
Oh, there's a stun up by owgwen, able to dash out, but the glorious pathway is not enough. The windstorm should do the trick yet again. owgwen goes down. There's 2 members down. From the side of Team Falcons is Aurora cycling themselves up. It would take a little bit too much damage, but it's just pushing away, just tickling him by flaptzy.
Yep, again, flaptzy doesn't do too much against them at this stage of the game. Looking at the items so far, it looks like flaptzy is going to go for full tank Hilda, no Thunder Belt. In comparison to Edward, looks like he's got the Gleaming Gem on top of the Dominance Ice, but he also makes sure that he has the Armored Boots here, making sure that the majority of the damage is going to be coming through physical, not going to do much.
Lord spawning up in 10 seconds. Team Falcons in a better position to rotate and defend, zone it out away from the hands of Aurora, but Aurora has every bit in their mind to contest for this one. Renejay with a kick is down deep in enemy territory. It's 1v5, but here's the Aurora's pathway, unable to get alive. kyletzy, but a huge knockup. demonkite will take down 2 as well. But down the back line, flaptzy taking a little bit too much damage. It's a 3-on-3 at this point. domengkite is not in the sights as of now. As Team Falcons barely able to make it out alive. No jungler, no lord.
Yep. Man, UA's build is doing real good here. I mean, that storm is deadly.
He's got a Genius Wand already.
That's all he has. Oh,
Lord, stolen away by demonkite. And of course, flaptzy falls. So Aurora takes down yet another major objective, moving themselves up on the board.
I mean, he tried. He tried as much as he can. Kyle would have liked to
Oh, major flicker into a fist crack, but the kick underneath the turret. There's no way that owgwen can run, punishing him for taking down UA.
Worth it, but renejay did end up losing his flicker at the end of it, right? So yes, they do find one back. It's 2 for 1. But Aurora, now with the Lord on their side, is putting a lot of pressure on Team Falcons. It's these small wins that are starting to add up for Aurora, and as long as they play around UA and make sure that they have that storm ready to go, there's a lot of easy sets that can be done for them.
Lord marching on the bottom side, but T1 seems to be the prize here for Aurora. Setting his sights up, trying to push it down as domengkite makes quick work of that top lane T2.
They're all over the place. The Falcons, without any priority, can't keep up with how much mobility there is. Not to mention the efficiency of the split of resources being done by Aurora's side. They still need to figure out.
Oh, Aurora's pathway, slow everyone out, but UA with the flicker, windstorm takes down Super Marco. That's a one-shot from UA.
If you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it myself. Flickers forward and catches 3. Only one-shot Super Marco. Everybody else getting chunked low. This man is dangerous. His build is greedy and is designed for one thing, and that is death.
Oh, no magic penetration. Lord already on the T3 down top. Renejay, the hitman, zoning everyone out of the way. kyletzy holding on to the Spear of Alpha. They don't want to risk it. Not here, not now. As flaptzy trying to pull Renejay away. The glorious pathway laid down by both teams, trying to slow the engage, slow the approach. As Aurora takes what they can and crack down and open the T3 bot.
They're making clean decisions here. Holy cow, UA's already got a holy... Oh my goodness. He's got a Divine Glaive ready to go.
Magic penetration all the ways through. Genius Wand, Divine Glaive. You got the penetration boots as well. It's crazy how much damage UA is dealing. And Gideon, it's crazy how one small change in the draft from game number 1, which seems so dominant for Team Falcons, is changing the course of battle for Aurora.
Well, I mean, it's 2 big changes, right? Having the Cho, which we were talking about off stream earlier, and I would have expected Vale to be the go-to pick this time around. However, there's a lot of benefits to it, right? As you can see, clearly they have a lot more control in that mid lane. I think that right now Falcons are probably thinking to themselves, especially pheww, is like, man, this Valentina not looking too hot right now. He can't seem to close the distance on UA to steal that ult. The most he's getting right now is just the carpet. But when he does have the ult, who's really going to set up for his team? When they engage too hard, UA's able to counter-engage without having to do too much. And even so, pheww could try, but I mean, renejay, if he plays well with that Shunpo, can dodge a majority of the damage.
owgwen in game number 1 seems so dominant with this Roam Badang, but it kind of seems like it's a Roam Badong. Whenever he goes in, it's so high committal. Now, the Lord is getting started, getting pulled over by demonkite. kyletzy is in the area at where he has the sights on him. demonkite takes down that Lord. Lord's halfway lays down as kyletzy slows his ascent. flaptzy already goes down. Next is pheww. Next now is kyletzy. There's 3 members down for Team Falcons as AURORA's coming in. owgwen's next to fall. Domeng wants to go for more. Make it a 5. It's a full wipeout for AURORA, and they're wasting no time to the base, keeping their lights and live, keeping their dreams of making the playoffs a reality still.
AURORA, the colors are still up in the sky. A 2-1 victory still gatekeeping the Falcons here. Team Falcons will take the loss 1-2. Well done. What a game that was.
If you still have not had chance to travel to Iceland to watch the ball